Black Cajun Sports here. Today, I got my little brother, my nephew, my friend, my golf whooper-upper. You know, I Spanksy.
That's a lot.
I Spanksy. I have Langston Galloway from the Detroit Pistons in Philly to play the Sixers when? Tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night.
It's Tuesday, so they'll play on Wednesday night. All right, Lang. So how does it feel to be back home?
Get down situation, get down. No doubt, 95.
We're talking 2000.
I'ma hit it with a little of this, and a little of that,
A little of
a little of this, and a little of that, little of this, and a little of that, a little of this, and a little of that. Check it. I got the gumptions to make your conjunction function. So honey, get it straight up beyond your rollerblades and skate. My stops was fast like a rise, then it get you itching. My flow is crisp like a bucket full of Cabbage chicken. I move the beat like pottery. Lyrics flow like blood through the artery. With more rhymes and numbers in the lottery. You know my stilo, how my dough and watch me drop a flow. I wax it
Yeah, great view behind me. It's always great to be back in Philly. Get to see the family. And then just, catch up with all my folks that I need to run across and meet up with what's going on in life. Because, life, like you kind of seen with this Kobe situation, is like, hey, life's not promised. So being able to see the family and the friends, just talk to them, touch them a little bit, that's what means the most.
You have really had a lot of stops. But I would say, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Philadelphia. Then New York kind of fell in love with you, so I know you got a little soft place in your heart for New York. They put you on, boy. They let you get in.
I started.
And you've been Sacramento, back to New Orleans, now Detroit.
Yep.
So you've had a lot of places, but I think Darby Township and Philadelphia, in this part of the country, have to be considered home.
I always tell everybody this is like my second home, but most people don't even realize that. My mom's from here, grandmother, aunts, nephews, cousins. I mean, it's so many people that I kind of can relate to and call this place home.
You don't want to be on camera? No. We got the boss in the building. She don't want to be on camera. The political activist, social debutante, Bella the Ball down there, the Southern Belle. She in the house, but she don't want to be on the camera, so we're not going to honor her. All right, back to the questions, Lang. So the Pistons, y'all kind of struggling a little bit this year, but you having one of your better individual seasons. How do you stay motivated and focused and doing what you need to do when you know a championship is probably out of reach?
Going into this year, I just wanted to just continue to prove that, hey, I belong in this league. And I think that the biggest thing is like all the hard work I put in this summer is like I don't want that to go unseen. I want people to know what I've been doing and just look at like, hey, if you look all through my stats, all through game film, everything, that it kind of shows and kind of proves itself that, hey, look, I've really been working this past summer, and that I'm really excited going into free agency this upcoming year.
I saw a chart. They had the best percentages from different spots on the floor. And on the left hand, from the corner, from three-point range, it was a typo or something. It had a 6 and a 2 next to your name.
Right.
I was like, nobody's shooting 62% from three, anywhere, any spot. Is that accurate? Are you hitting 62 out of every 100 from over there, man?
Hey, I'm knocking that thing down.
Whew. That's a big number, man.
It's a big number. It's a big number, and hey, it's going to look real nice once it going into free agency for sure. So that's why I'm making sure I take quality shots in the corners. Quality shots.
Last night I was talking to somebody about St. Joe's, and we was going over the shooters, and we pulled up college stats, and Pat Carroll and yourself and Delonte, y'all had some really good numbers. It was like 44, 46, 45, in that ballpark. But you 3 feet further out in the pros, right?
Yeah.
62?
Right.
All right, man, I got to double check. I think the Pistons working on that film or something, man. You getting some statistical help with that one. That sounds a little unbelievable. So back to your Hawks.
Yeah.
The Hawks are having their worst season ever, statistically. I mean, this is the worst one they ever had. Have you been following the team?
I've been, from afar, just checking out bits and pieces. But the main reason I just want to see my guy Tolliver, see how he's doing. Another Baton Rouge guy that he kind of made his niche of his rounds in Baton Rouge.
Went from a walk-on to a starter.
Yeah.
In the A10.
That's a heck of a job, man, that he's doing and that he continues to do with proceeding on to what he's pursuing his medical, right?
They announced that he was accepted to medical school.
Yeah, that's big.
Do you know, I mean, you remember the load y'all had to carry, on and off the court with the weights and the work and the travel. You throw the labs and all that stuff on top of that. And now he's actually got to pay attention at film.
Yeah, that's tough.
Game prep.
It's tough.
It's Tolliver, I want to second what Langston is saying. What you have accomplished is truly impressive. And I think that between the two of you guys, we should be able to get, 5, 6 more Baton Rouge guys to come. I mean, one comes up, he goes to the league. Mm-hmm. The other one comes up, he becomes a medical doctor. Send us a couple lawyers or something.
Look, I'm all for it. So, hey, hopefully they figure out a way to get him up here.
All right. So, Lang, you a dad now.
Yep.
So, what my nephew gonna play first, golf or basketball?
To be honest with you, I don't know. He's real active. I will say that he's just into everything, which is great. So I'm excited to see.
So he's curious.
He is curious, and he's a daredevil for sure.
Oh, he jumping off and climbing stuff.
Oh yeah.
How old is he now?
He's about to be turning 2 in May. So
and he can pull himself up on the thing.
That dude's strong, man. He's strong. I'm shocked, and I mean, I never try to compare him to any other kids. I just let him like interact with other kids and just see where he kind of lines up against them. And I've seen him do some crazy things, and it's cool though. It's great to be around him and like see what he's kind of taught me with the patience and just understanding how to be a father.
Does he recognize basketball?
Oh yeah, as soon as if he sees anything with basketball, he knows exactly what it is. If I'm watching something on my phone with film or something like that, basketball, so he knows what's going on. And then what we try to do, like if he is able to come to games on weekends, we like, hey, look, I'll tell Sabrina to bring him down at court, let him run on the court for a little bit, run around with me. So that's always a dope experience for him for sure.
Well, I mean, you probably got, how old are you now?
28.
We got 10, 12 more, man. You gonna be Vince Carter out there?
Hey, look. I just started this vegan diet. So hey,
cut it all the way out.
Yeah, I'm vegan now. So my body's feeling amazing right now. So hey,
you from Baton Rouge?
Hey, what that mean?
I mean, I've been on the golf course with your father.
Yeah.
And a deer will walk by us. And he would just, you could see him. He's like, man, if I had my gun, that's a barbecue for a week, man. Right. And now you sitting here telling me you from Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
And you don't eat no meat?
No meat, no fish, no cheese, no dairy, none of that. I've kind of cut it all out. It's been 7 months now. 7 months.
You strong? No breaks?
Strong, no breaks, no nothing.
Woo.
I've been rolling.
Even your uncle ain't do that.
Yeah, we actually was talking about it yesterday. Getting a chance to catch up with my Uncle Jeff, and we got into Philly a little early. I was like, hey, look, let's go catch up. And he actually took me to a practice yesterday over at Ryder, and we got a chance to work out before practice. And I was like, hey, look, it's always good to get in the gym with him and see how his health is doing and all that. But we kind of were just talking about the vegan kind of diet and where he's at now. And it's crazy. He was saying that he had done it and he had lost so much weight so fast. And I was telling him the same thing that happened to me. I lost a lot of weight.
What's a lot? Where were you at?
So I was at 204 before I started.
This was off season, though, right?
This was like preseason. This is like preseason going into the season. A lot of people were like telling me, nah, you shouldn't do it, this and that. I went into season 204. I dropped to like 193, 194. I'd probably say like the first 2 months, I dropped that much.
You wasn't doing no extra running and nothing. The weight just came off.
Nothing kind of came right off. And I'm a big believer that if you really take it serious and you kind of like meal prepping everything, because I'm big with my chef. Like he kind of like puts me in order where if I need food or I need to like eat a specific thing or take some vitamins, he kind of like puts me in order. So that's why I credit this season and going on from here. It's like those changes for sure.
So we got a couple more years on the back end, people. That's what he's saying. Yeah. I can read between the lines. We working on the back end right now. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So everywhere you guys have been, you and Sabrina, y'all make some real inroads and establish some strong ties with different philanthropic and social service organizations. Why is that important to the two of you? You guys are young. Why y'all just not out vacationing and living it up and having parties? Why get involved with the community like that?
No, it's important. It's important for both of us being coming from Baton Rouge, understanding what's going on around us first and foremost, and then secondly, we have our own foundation, the Langston Galloway Foundation, which pertains to student athletes' health, wealth, and well-being, and I think it's all well and good to kind of pitch it towards the student athletes, but at the same time, it's like there's so many other kids out there that need help and need just to experience to either meet a professional athlete or be able to just get from behind the either single parent homes or poverty. I mean, just so much going on. It's a lot of stuff going on in African American kind of culture and kind of I guess you say community. So it's big to really see what we can kind of affect and what we can kind of do every single day, and especially where we come from, New York. We kind of have this new kind of program that we're starting. That's going to be a scholarship-based programs. Not yet. It's a scholarship program for kids that maybe they might not be able to attend 4-year programs like universities, but they would be able to take the scholarship and be able to just run with it. And it talks about the math and the science behind everything. But the biggest thing is the shoes. I'm big with sneakers, and I was like, hey, look, let me try to get behind something that I can kind of relate to. And we're starting that first program in New York. So I'm excited about that. And then in Detroit, Sabrina's doing some big things with her Lululemon ambassadorship. She has a group of girls that she works with, Girls Alternative, and they do a whole bunch of stuff, just teaching the girls, how to take care of themselves, about the well-being of doing, maybe if you do yoga or just take care of your mental wellness. And I think that we have so much going on that we can't cover everything, but just one day at a time is yeah. We feel like we can affect each one teach one. It's like you never want to leave anybody behind.
You touched on something, and we all have our own little vices and things that we seem to be unable to control. But you exhibit. We just talked about the fact that you just went vegan just like that. So. I know you since you were 2 months old, boy, and you exhibit a lot of control in a lot of areas of your life. You have a lot of self-control. Yeah. When did you realize you were a sneaker addict, man? When did you know that you had lost control and you just addicted? When did that happen?
I mean, when I was a kid, I always had the magazines, the Slams, the East Bays, the Kicks magazines, and I mean, you name it, I had all the magazines. I just couldn't afford them. My parents couldn't afford them, and
let's not act like you wasn't barefoot. They couldn't afford 300-400 pair.
Right. I had some kicks on, but it wasn't like the Jordans and all them. It wasn't them. I was walking around in the regular Douglas, and I may do. My parents they took care of me to the best of their abilities, and I was very blessed, very fortunate. But when I got to college and a couple of dollars came on my lap with every month, we get a stipend. Yeah, get a stipend. And I was like, man, this is amazing.
But how many, they gave you 15, 20 pair at the school, right? That wasn't enough?
Yeah, no, it wasn't enough. They only gave, I would say, Phil was great about, he would limit us. He was only give us 4 or 5 pairs. So.
For the whole season?
For the whole season.
Yeah. That's not enough.
Yeah. So I was like, hey, look, me and my boys, it was Darius Quarles, Carl Jones, they all was wearing whatever they could, And I'm like, man, why can't I have some shoes too? So, I had to make some sacrifice, work a couple jobs while I was in school, and
You actually cut my lawn a couple times.
I
cut Bobby R's lawn a
Yeah,
couple
yeah,
times.
I was doing some extra stuff to try to make.
I thought that was to get something to eat, man. You was
I was trying to buy some sneakers, man. Eating was I'll make do. I could go by campus and the guys on campus would take care of me. So yeah.
So what's the total number? How many pairs around about? I know you lost count.
I haven't been back home to count how many I have, but I probably would say it's probably like 1,500 shoes now. 1,500 shoes.
You got storage, man. You gave it they got their own bedroom.
No. So they all got their own bedroom. I got a store. Look, I got a bedroom in Detroit that has sneakers and all in Baton Rouge. So.
Yeah. You know we about the same size, line. I keep telling you.
That's not my
I'm
fault.
coming. I'm coming. And I don't want no regular either. I want something nice, man.
Yeah, I told you just gotta come through. That's all. Come through. I take care of you.
All right, I had a discussion with one of my buddies, and I told him we went to your Instagram. Tell the people what it is.
Instagram Langston Galloway 10, and then my second one is the sneaker one is LG Kicks 9.
I said I think my young boy the biggest sneakerhead in the league, and it's actually Andre Buck. He represents PJ Tucker.
Yeah.
He said, "Nah, PJ."
Yeah.
So who is the man in the league? Who
For sure.
knows the most about the shoes?
For sure, it's PJ. For sure.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
He that guy.
I mean, he got a lot more years than I do, and then a lot more money has been on his feet than I put on my feet. He's worn some $30,000 kicks on his feet.
Oh, it's PJ then.
Yeah, it's PJ. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not wearing that.
no. I don't think.
Yeah.
Is he allowed to wear 30? Yes. Not 30 grand.
30 grand.
Woo! What are they? What they George Mikan wore those? Like, how do they get the PJ?
Man, these are samples, 1-of-1s, and they just special PE that either Jordan didn't even wear or just collector items that.
And he's
most guys
worn them or he owns them?
No, he worn them. He's worn them. He's worn everything that you can kind of possibly think of. He's worn it.
So who else is really big in the game in the league?
That's worn kicks. I mean, you got to go with all the Jordan guys. CPs, the Russells, Russell Westbrook. I mean, all those guys, they wear Jordans. They were Jordan. Blake has a ton of them. But I think there's a ton of guys that have a lot of collections that off the court that they don't wear. Mm-hmm. My boy Thad Young, he's another big collector that he got a ton of kicks. So.
And you don't see this market softening up. It's always going to be a big demand for.
It's always going to be a big demand for sneakers. Over the last probably 10 years, it's grown substantially. It just continue to build.
You got a motion detector in your closet, man.
Man, eventually.
We got enough. You don't want to come. You live in the South.
All right. Some of the people, they follow that stuff and they see some of the sneakers that you wear in the game. I think in February you had a little mission, right, with the shoes. What was it?
We had
the Black History Month kind of like overview of every single Black History Month to kind of generate
special edition shoe.
Every game we had being able to talk about the generation that came before me. I'm always just thinking, being aware of what's going on around me and being able to put those people, Langston Hughes, Harriet Tubman.
You know Langston went to Lincoln, right? You do know that, don't you?
I mean, but he went
to Lincoln University.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, he went to Lincoln University. He went to Howard Law School.
I ain't give you all no credit.
I'm just saying, like your uncles went to Lincoln University. Like I went to Lincoln.
Yeah, right.
Like you would have went to Lincoln University, you wasn't making them jump shots. All right. Yeah. Your people want to know where can they purchase some of them shoes you wear, man. They asked me to ask you that specifically.
Yeah. So we have some with the company Q4 Sports. So those are just the regular Q4 Sports.com. Those are the regular shoes of mine. But this summer I'm gonna have a special kind of selling of my like customized shoes. It'll be on my website, the
For
lgkicks9.com.
anybody or the ones you wore? Or
These are the ones I've worn. So if
you
you
were, what, 13?
12. So yeah, if you want to go on there, lgkicks9.com and check them out. I'm gonna take a whole bunch of pictures of them and post them on the web, and it's gonna go to a great cause, to my foundation, and trying to help, like I said, the mentor, the
So
program.
these are game worn special edition shoes.
Correct, they're all customized.
That should raise a few.
Yeah, it should. So I'm excited about that this summer. So
All right. Let's switch gears. You played with one high school, right?
Yep.
You went to one college.
Yep.
I know you know. This makes you like a dinosaur. That's almost unheard of for a guy of your caliber. You know, kids that show a little promise. When you first get in a varsity game? 8th grade, 7th grade?
eighth grade, yeah. 7th grade, I could have. Well, I tried out for the team, made the team, but then I wanted to go play football. So I was like, I'm not even gonna worry about basketball. I was still playing football at the time.
So a kid these days, you're good enough to play varsity in 8th grade. You might end up at 3 or 4 different high schools. You know how it works. You show a little promise, they come, talk to your mom.
Right.
So what was it that made you understand the importance of being loyal? And is there anything that you feel that loyalty has paid off and that helps you out today?
I mean, thinking of like how I've kind of built my brand, I think that's what it all kind of lays down on, is that whoever I play for, I'm always going to be loyal. I'm always going to continue to work my butt off every single day to just try to make the most of my opportunities. And I think that's what I feel like every coach I played for, that's what I've done, and I've continued to show that. And then to this day, being the leader, the oldest statesman on the Pistons now, is like,
You're not older than Derrick Rose, are you?
no, but I'm the oldest
On the
tenured
team.
player that's been on the team after they had a couple guys leave. But I mean, it's a great experience being able to like show that leadership and kind of build that kind of.
NBA rep, yeah.
Yeah, I'm NBA rep. Yo, so
I mean,
yeah,
you are the NBA rep.
yeah, for my team.
And aren't you like the Grand Poobah and the Wives Association?
This interview is my legs. I'm just on the board. I'm a worker.
She's on the board. She's just a worker bee. Y'all believe that? Y'all want to? I've seen this child take cross-continental flights 5 days a week as a college freshman. I don't know how she was pulling that off. I saw every other day. I'm like, don't you go to school in New Orleans?
And still graduated early.
Yes, she did.
And got a master's.
Yes, she did.
And from Tulane.
But she was the red-eye queen, dog.
Yeah.
All right, so take me, let's go forward. You 40 years old. What you gonna be doing? Where you gonna be living?
Man, it's a lot. It's a full question for sure. I mean, I really could be doing a lot. Broadcasting.
Front office?
Possibly front office.
Coach at St. Joe's?
I don't know about all that. I don't know if I'm ready for all that. I mean,
That is a lot of drama.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Being a full-time dad at that point.
So he'll be what, 14 then?
Yeah, full-time dad. And then just with this kind of entrepreneur side of what I'm doing right now with the LG Kicks brand, I have a lot in store. Me and my wife have been doing a lot of stuff to try to build this up from the ground up, and every day I feel like it's something new, something changing.
Something changing.
So you really like the sneaker business?
Oh yeah, I love the sneaker business.
So you gonna stay in it?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna stay in it for sure. That's gonna be something, still doing, but maybe something on the side, maybe.
Get the merch.
Yeah. Check out the merch. We've been selling it. Like I said, yeah.
What's the website?
lgkicks9.com.
LGKicks9.com.
lgkicks9.com. Correct.
What's the merch on there?
So sweatshirts, sweatpants. We have a couple wristbands, a couple T-shirts, and that's. We have hats now.
Yeah.
Oh, we have hats now. Excuse me.
With the boss, man.
Yeah, I didn't know we had hats. I knew we had the basic apparel. So yeah, please go check it out.
All right. So look, you were undrafted. You were a last-minute addition to the Portsmouth rosters, and I guess I'm fortunate. I remember it like yesterday. I was like, what the Why, you know? But you didn't get as frustrated as a lot of us around you were getting about some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Talk about the internal, intestinal fortitude, the belief in yourself, how you never even gave serious thought to going overseas. You know, a lot of guys don't get drafted. The scouts say, look, man, you might want to go overseas. And you was like, nah, I want to play in the NBA. That's what I want to do. And you stuck with it. And you achieved that goal. Where does that confidence to believe in yourself when other people may not have that same level of confidence? How do you maintain that? I think that's something that could be a valuable lesson for young kids that tend to give up real quick.
Right. I think it comes from all the hard work I put in and believing in myself. I think coming out of college, I knew I was good enough to play against anybody, being able to get to the tournament, playing against UConn, unfortunately losing, but you know, being able to be in that position and really showcasing, hey, I can really do what I normally do against anybody. It don't matter who it is. And then once I got the invitation to go to Portsmouth and then doing it again, like, all right, these are all the same guys, same caliber guys, and I'm still doing the same numbers, same hustle plays, same, you know, just out there busting my tail to try to make the most of the opportunities I get. And then all I needed was opportunity. That's all I kept thinking. If I get an opportunity to just see the door, see the crack in the door, I think I could bust through and get my opportunity. And was fortunate enough to, you know, play my way into a training camp spot and then go from there.
Talk about that. So you go to Portsmouth.
Yep, go to Portsmouth.
You do very well.
Yep, play well.
And did people reinforce it while you're there? Did they say, "Yo, yeah, man, you doing pretty good here"? You know.
I really didn't get those because, you know, kind of undersized for the 2 position. Tested all right. You know, just average. Nothing too big. Nothing too crazy. The main thing was just getting a team.
Did you shoot it good?
I did shoot it well in camps. Played well in camps.
Nobody say, man.
Indiana was the only team that was like really like, hey, look, if you're there in the second round, we might take you. And that was the only team that kind of said something like that. So that even kind of gave me even more of a boost. Like, all right, I feel like I'm right there. I'm at the cusp of like getting in. And
so how'd you shoot it, and who'd you shoot it in front of when you were at Indiana? Like
Larry Bird sitting right there front row. He's sitting right there watching.
He said, wait.
I mean, he didn't say it, but
Wait a minute.
he didn't say that.
Bird like that jumper.
Hey, look, there was other people that said it to me, and it was
flowing though.
It was flowing though. It was flowing that day. We played well. The team that I was with, it was a 3-on, like, you know me, do 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, then doing a conditioning test at the end. I did well in everything, so I was like, hey, look, I was really confident coming out of there, and you know, like I said, I didn't have my expectations like, hey, I'm gonna get drafted. Like, just hearing those words, I'd never said, hey, let me throw my name. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and get a party together and have a draft party. I'm like, hey, look, I'm gonna stay in my lane, knowing that, hey, if my name doesn't get called, I have options. I can either, you know, go to the G League and try to make my journey a reality and make it to the league, or go overseas and try to chase the money. And I wasn't all about the money. I was just trying to take it one day at a time and try to chase my dreams.
It really wasn't, because G League wasn't paying real good.
I mean, yeah,
point.
they're paying way more than what they are now than what they were back then.
So you go to, what is it, Westchester, New York?
Westchester, yep.
And they gave you a real chance.
They gave me a real good chance.
I mean, they put you on the court.
Yep.
You did well.
Yep.
And I was going to come to some of them G League games.
Yeah, I never came to the games. I kept telling them, man, come on to the game. Nah, I'm going to come. Yeah, I'm going to come.
I never made it to the G League game.
Never came.
But one day I got a phone call, and Lang got called up.
Yeah.
And I said, well, where you playing? They said, Washington. I said, oh. I called my man Hansel. We jumped in the car. We ran down to Washington, and you played against the late, great Rasul Butler that night. Man. And you ain't been back down ever since.
Nope. I've been blessed to, you know, take and make the most of my opportunity.
I think that's a really valuable lesson. You know, you you and your wife, y'all be around the young people, I think you can sense how easily they get deterred, how easily they get frustrated. Oh, it ain't gonna work. They ain't gonna give it to me. It ain't gonna happen. You just hear this over and over. So to try to get people to hang in there and not resort to, little shortcuts that could get you in trouble or just give up on your dreams altogether is really huge. So lastly, if you can give me anything that you would say to young people who might have, maybe their dream is not sports related or whatever. Maybe it's to, graduate high school or go to college or become a cop or a fireman. But, for whatever reason, their friends, the family, man, that ain't going to work for you. Is it your spirituality? What is it that keeps you centered and able to focus? And what would you share to young people in that kind of position?
Yeah, I'll definitely say it's my faith that keeps me centered. But I think the biggest thing that I've kind of take from all of that is that I just take it one day at a time. I know there's not a lot, like not saying much to the young folks, but I've been taking it one day at a time, every step of the way. And, sometimes you try to think before you kind of get to places and you're like, hey, look, it should work out or it should manifest itself and just be there. But it's like, hey, sometimes it's like you got to be really patient. And then having my son that kind of taught me the patient side of it all. And then going from the patient side to this summer is sacrifice. That's what I really learned this summer, is that every step of the way there's going to be something new that's you're going to come across, and you got to figure out, do I want to keep on going on that route, or do I want to take a step back and say, hey, look, it might not be for me. But that's not me. That's not the MO that I kind of built over time. It's like, if I'm going to start something, I'm going to finish it. And I feel like that's what a lot of young kids need to know, is that if you're going to start something, maybe not hearing it from your parents, maybe not hearing it from your peers, but hearing it from me. It's like, if you start something, you got to finish it. And if you go out there and finish it, people going to look at you a different way. They're going to respect you in a different way. And I think that that's what I can continue to do, is that I continue to gain the respect of my peers and my elders. And I feel like that's what's kind of kept me at this point, and continues to help me grow every step of the way.
You part of a little crew. You got the Morris twins. Mm-hmm. You got Dion. Yep. Yeah, Kyle Lowry's a little older than y'all guys, mm-hmm. but the local guys made good. You got Ryan Arch with the Bulls. Yeah. These Philly guys. Yeah, if you get Rondé, Chester,
there's tons of guys.
Derek down with Miami Heat. I mean, it's a bunch of guys. So it can be done, and I think your message that you just got to finish. You just don't. You don't have to. Your AAU team lost, or you ain't played all 32 minutes. You don't have to switch teams in the middle of the tournament. Guys doing that, man.
Oh, they doing that?
Playing one game and just change jerseys because the coach tripping. I'm like, yo, man. Yeah, it's off the chain, man.
It's different now, yeah.
High school, I know kids, 5, 6 high schools, man.
Sheesh.
College transferring is, what that's like right now. Yeah. Free agency.
Right, yeah, for sure.
So I'm glad you giving out that message, man. Anything you want to say to anybody, especially the local folk, what you want to say to your St. Joe's people, your Arnold, Galloways, all the extended families in Philly? What you got to say?
Just very fortunate to have my family part of this journey with me. And then, I just want to thank everybody that's been a part of it and supported. So that's truly a blessing. And then, the Hawk will never die. I'm always going to be supporting, and just continue to strive for the best.
Well, we thank you, and, I'm going to really help you out with that sneaker addiction, man. I'm going to come take some of that off your hands so you don't be so tempted. And I'm going to spank you on that golf course. You know that's coming, like.
That's not coming. He laughing because he ain't been practicing, playing, none of that. I was just on the course in Phoenix.
Don't matter. He never beat me. It don't matter.
Don't let him fool y'all. I beat him, and look, he ain't talked to me for a month. That's a true statement right there. He ain't want to talk to me. He ain't want to see me. It's all right, though. I ain't going to hold it against him.
Oh, man, thank you. And we I wish you luck, man. I'm sorry, Philly. I'm not a big Sixers fan. Kick their heads in tomorrow, man. All right.
I wax it up and make it shine like I was mopping glow. So come on, baby love, let's put it on, no faking moves. Let's flip a coin on the heads I win and tails you lose. Gotcha. Grand Pooba comes with all of that because I got my game in quarters in the laundromat. We keep it tight the way it's supposed to be while jealous snakes say, damn, man, you should have swallowed me. No doubt, cause we hit them with a little of this and a little of this. A little of this and a little of that. A little of this and a little of that. A little of this now, a little of that. Dig it. I got to be one of the baddest rappers on the planet. I'm bagging honeys and they all got bodies just like Janet. I play it safe, never taking chicken heads for granted. I'm Superman and Lois types my rhymes at Daily Planet. I got more promise than Thomas who makes English muffins. I do more sticking and chicken and stovetop stuffing. No doubt about it, hun. I hit from here to China. When I drop the D minor, watch me soggy your vagina.